What's the biggest promise your parents broke? When I was 7, my mom promised we'd always be a family. Then she revealed she'd been planning my replacement for 15 years. Growing up, Mom was obsessed with family photos. Every holiday, every birthday, every random Tuesday. Memories are everything, she'd say, positioning me perfectly in frame. She'd take dozens of shots, studying each one like she was documenting evidence. Our house had pictures everywhere. Me as a baby, toddler pics, school photos lining the hallway like a shrine. The mantle was covered with my achievements. Honor roll certificates, dance recital programs, soccer trophies. Friends joked our home looked like a photography studio crossed with a museum, but something always felt off. Mom would stare at the photos with this weird sadness, like she was mourning something that hadn't died yet. Sometimes I'd catch her crying while looking at my baby pictures. When I asked why, she'd just hug me tighter, almost desperately. "You're my whole world," she'd whisper. "Promise me you'll never leave me. Promise you'll always be my little girl." I thought she was just overly sentimental. Dad worked long hours at the hospital, so it was mostly just us two. We had traditions: pancakes every Sunday, movie nights on Fridays, shopping trips where she'd buy me anything I wanted. "My perfect daughter," she'd say. But there was always something hollow in her voice, like she was trying to convince herself. Then I turned 18 and found the truth. While packing for college, I was looking for important documents in Mom's desk. That's when I discovered a hidden folder tucked behind old tax returns. Inside were hundreds of photos, but not of me. They were of another girl. Same age progression as my photos. Baby pictures, school pictures, dance recitals, even recent graduation shots. The girl looked exactly like me, just better. Prettier smile, perfect posture, confident eyes. Everything I wasn't. She had the same face, same hair color, but she seemed to glow in every photo. While I always looked awkward or forced, she looked natural, happy, like she belonged in the spotlight. At the bottom was a handwritten letter addressed to my real daughter in Mom's careful cursive. My hands shook as I opened it. "I think about you every day. I made the biggest mistake of my life 18 years ago, but I'm going to fix it. Soon we'll be together like we should have been from the beginning." Mom walked in as I held the letter. Her face went completely white. "Where is she?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. Mom's composure cracked. She sank into her chair and started sobbing. Ugly, desperate sobs I'd never heard before. "She's your twin sister," Mom finally choked out. "I was 19, unmarried, terrified. The social worker said I could only handle one baby. I had to choose." The room spun. "I had a twin. I kept you and gave her away for adoption," Mom continued. "But I never stopped tracking her. I hired a private investigator when she turned 16. I've been watching her life unfold through photos and reports." My stomach dropped. "You've been stalking her. She's everything I hoped she'd become," Mom said, not answering my question. "Valedictorian, full scholarship to Harvard, talented pianist. She's perfect, unlike me." I heard the unspoken words. "I made the wrong choice," Mom sobbed, looking directly at me. "I kept the wrong daughter." The words hit like a physical blow. 18 years of being her whole world, and it was all a lie. "The adoption agency called last week," Mom continued. "She wants to meet her birth family. She's curious about where she came from." My blood ran cold. "What did you tell them?" Mom's eyes lit up with a sick kind of hope. "That we can't wait to meet her. She's coming next weekend." "And what about me?" I whispered. Mom looked confused, like she hadn't considered that question. "Well, you're going to college anyway. You'll be busy with your new life." That's when it hit me. I was never meant to be permanent. I was just the placeholder until she could get her real daughter back. "She's coming home," Mom said.